It's a bit showing what I gotta deal with these days. Yeah, I got a laptop, not much really going on. But, nonetheless, I do what I can. Some things have happened that, yeah, it's become a little bit serious. Sure, I'm going from place to place in this trailer here now. Got myself some nice digs, I guess. Yeah, archery instructor ain't that bad, I guess, but you know how that works. A few other jobs, running around, doing a little bit of ranch work here and there. Sure, pretty much, you know, I consider it an omnivore even among my own kind, like, I mean, Phoenix, human hybrid, whatever you want to say it. I mean, you could also probably say that I'm an archangel elemental. But, these past few months have been relatively hard on me specifically, I guess. Dimensional time or human time, whichever you want to call it. I'm not really too sure about where I'm at anymore. I don't even have clocks or a calendar anymore. I just don't bother with them. Honestly, it really freaking matters. I just log something on to my computer, say, okay, well, it's going to be this day, and then deal with it then, only then. I'm getting that purpose of, okay, forget the future, forget the past. I've moved on from that. I've just said, let go of everything you have and just move on. If someone else wants to pick you up where you left off, go ahead. I did put out some pictures a while back on another profile, as well as did a few other things. So, you forgive me if I'm looking or sounding really tired. This kind of work's a little bit stressful, but working with kids and just having their own little free time, that's worth it. For me, it's fun. I mean, I live out my life. I feel like I'm actually doing things like I would up in higher dimensions. It's just how it is now, is in the future. Ever forward, never wavering, never faltering. It's always been like that for me. Just trying to do something like that, but as far as the faltering part, well, the way forward is to at least falter slightly. What do I mean by this? Well, I just released that picture. I kind of slipped. I was going to actually go and make a Kickstarter and see if I could so call for help, if you will. But considering what I'm doing now as far as spirituality and stuff, I'm not going to really get any major attention for this as far as I'm concerned. That's just how I'm doing things. I know I'm doing things a little bit backwards, like waiting for someone to actually discover it and do what they want to do with it. As far as agricultural technologies, solar, wind, and all these other things that people just forget that, okay, yeah, you're not really looking at it the right way. That's why what I put out there. If you look up a can't even say it right, a deviant art profiled by AROCOLM, then you'll find out where it is. And I'm not going to really be crying out for help for this one. That's when I'm not going to be posting any links or anything for that. I'm just going to keep this simple, as simple as I can. I'm not too much bothered by how humanity's messed itself up. I think it's just becomes to the point where if you're gonna fuck yourself over, I'll just let it happen. My home is gone. The home I knew is no longer here. I came back after training with Orion. Me being sick and such, it's fucked up everything that I've ever had as far as being human. I always ask myself is, when is it going to end? When is humanity going to stop fighting with itself and start facing the fact that there is another enemy that has always tried to make sure that we keep fighting with each other? This is fucked up on so many levels, excuse my French, but I just can't take it anymore. I'm tired of how this is playing out. I joined a Valkyrie not too long ago, like, what, 4-5 weeks earlier than what I'm making this video. And just after a few weeks in, I've actually figured out what's going on. I found out the Valkyrie got corrupted somehow. Some guy that knew where they were, and eventually just was working his way through the ventilation system, so to speak, and then figured out how the hell to get to the more crucial bits of the ship. And then it just went haywire from there. I'm just saying this figuratively. I'm not saying what actually happened, because it's just messed up on so many levels. Needless to say, he figured out how to rig the thing so if anybody walked through a door or something like that, the whole entire ship would go. And as a result, he or she or it, whatever it was, that had control, just did itself in eventually, because I knew how to get to it. Same ventilation shafts. I thought like it. I felt like it. I knew what it was doing. I trained. Got called by the Valkyrie. The first time I was like, okay, maybe I can get in as a warrior. Finally get my career going. They didn't want me then because, I'm too immature. Now I'm like, okay, I'm mature, I can handle things, I can handle myself, I can work with others, and sure as hell I needed to be able to work with others, because if I didn't, a good portion of my squad would have been gone. But on the missions that this thing sent us on, shit, man. Manipulated, controlled until the last. Without the Council of 12 and all the other councils that can intervene, I'm pretty sure that everything else would have gone to hell in a matter of days, human time. The rest of the Valkyrie that survived this little incident, well, they've moved on. The council ship that actually was floating around in our atmosphere not too long ago, that was a Rod. That was a Valkyrie ship at one point. At least they fucking managed to finally get here. About damn time. They'll probably cloak and put somewhere where they know that they can actually defend themselves. This is a battleship. This is not your just average ordinary, I can actually deal with you. It's the kind of ship that will actually fuck this planet up in a matter of minutes if it chose to. I have another reason why that ship is actually sitting around in our atmosphere. It's because the second voice gates opened again, and no less, the Valkyrie were involved with it when the whole shit hit the fan, sort of thing. Well, the council was trying to mess around with some of the equipment inside that ship, and it's had things gone bad, even to the point of, oh my gosh, it's the gates open and these creatures are flooding us again. Well, I have to say that at least they managed to figure out, oh hey, we did something wrong. Let's get a Valkyrie back on board and see what the hell we can do about it. I could probably say for sure there was probably a few other Valkyrie trying to scramble to fix the damage they did to our previous ship. The current ship that we have is pretty much under construction. I'm not going to say where it is or why, because you know how Valkyrie are. They're like the spec ops of the Enforcer world, so you can forget it. You want some sort of special tactical knowledge about us? Hell no. You want sort of way of how we act and feel? Well, that's just how we act and feel. That's just how we are. We don't really act or feel in any way different than most other beings, except for the fact that if we don't see something that can be logically dealt with in a matter of seconds, it has to be dealt with in the harshest of manners. I don't do that. I usually wait to buy my time, freeze time, or do something stupid to really stall for anything that it's worth. I mean, sure, this has almost got me killed several times, but my squad mates back me up nonetheless. They know what each of us know our strengths and weaknesses. We try to balance each other out. As far as warriors go, that's just as much teamwork as you can get. Now, I can say for sure that which council is actually sitting up right out top of her Earth right now. Well, I don't know. To be quite honest, I just got the Council of Orion over here, and I'm like, forget it. If the Orion people can deal with it, then I'm fine with it. But if they can't actually find something to do with that ship, then I'll go back and relinquish their control of it. And yeah, I think by myself would be preferable, because I hate doing things when I know I've actually caused that kind of trouble, and to actually reverse any damage. I know it's just foolish as it sounds. Hey, if I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go out doing what I do best, fix my own freaking mistakes. Man, some things, I swear, it's just, if it isn't me messing things up for my own squad, or something to the effect of, oh great, I've caused another calamity. I'm pretty much just causing problems for myself and others. They tolerate me nonetheless. I'm kind of fine with it. I mean, yeah, I'm admitting a lot of this stuff, but hell. As far as the way of the warrior goes, it's one of self-destruction to some extent if you're not careful. Your own power can backfire on you in some ways. Like if you don't know how to control it, or you forget to control it at any given point. As far as family goes, well, I pretty much prioritize things as simple as I can. One is to take care of my family and defend them to the best of my abilities when they're in danger. And it includes what I got down here as well as up there. Number two would probably balance out with, okay, what should I do for humanity? Should I help or harm, or just do nothing and wait and see what happens? So far it's been the neutral aspect of it. I just can't really figure out what's going on. It just changes too fast for me to even figure out what's going to happen later on. The futures of all that live on this planet are so it's just so mixed up, you can't figure out what's going to happen next. Timelines, they split off in so many directions that it's gone from linear to non-linear in a matter of days. But as far as linear goes, that one linear line, it also had some sort of energy that it carried with it that at least allowed me to think clearly for the past few days, and as well as the past few weeks for that matter. And it allowed me to get things sorted. If I wanted to go one way, I'll go one way now. I have a direct path to where I need to go now. And it's not going to be for someone that's selfish and saying I'm not giving something of myself to others. I'm going to at least be able to teach somebody how to use a bow, and probably later on, if they need to, hunt for themselves. Our ancestors, as far as humanity goes, I hate to say it, but if we were not able to actually create the tools of the trade to be able to hunt, gather, and fish, we wouldn't be here today just being just regular farmers, having the technology that we do today. But therein is your problem. I know one of the reasons why we have actually advanced in farming, strangely enough, it's because of alcohol. Any kind of drug that humanity actually deems as, okay, we can get by on this, is something that actually helps, believe it or not. Because alcohol, in a way, one, it prevents infection. That's the top one. Number two, it can help you preserve stuff. Number three, well, whenever everything else fails, if you get to drinking alcohol, that's more than you actually would need. tried my best. My best wasn't good enough. I ain't giving up on it though. Because if I put it out there, it's up to you guys to pick up the slack. I don't care what, how long it takes. Somebody's got to freaking do it eventually. If I sit around here on my dead ass and I'll work away my life, I don't care. I'm giving to myself and to others as far as archery goes. I'm doing my own way of the warrior thing. I'm living my life the way I want it to be. In many ways, that's just how things work. I just in simplicity or in chaos, but I mean, as far as humankind goes, we really fucked up. But when this plane of existence just ceases to exist, our planet is gone, our sun goes out, whichever comes first, at least we will have another existence elsewhere. I mean, we may fuck it up again, but we'll have a life still. For those that actually have fucked up the world, though, they're going to be stuck in a dimension for a while until they figure out, hey, their destructive actions have caused a ton of damage. They have to do something different. So in other words, they're doomed to repeat, but for a much longer period of time until they figure out what the hell went wrong was because of them, not because of anybody else. And it looks like I might end up that way. I don't want to end up that way, but screw it. If I'm separated from my family up top for a while, I freaking will welcome just being able to sit back and do what I can to remedy the situation. Just be myself as much as I can. Relax, do what I can later on, repeat a little bit more. Just study myself over and over again. See what else that I've actually made a flaw on. You know, humankind isn't perfect, but in the end, when all things are gone, we have ourselves to blame for what happened. Not just what we are, but what's technology we made to destroy our own way of life. If humanity makes a neutrino bomb the next day, just 14 times more than the most powerful bomb in the entire world, well, we can forget we even existed on this planet. Just another Martian wasteland. Mars really did have some people on it. Now look at it. Gone. The way of life. Anything that was left of any kind of water or any kind of civilization is just rubble. Pummeled to sand by the weather on that planet that you could barely even call weather because of solar winds. And our sun itself is also poisoning itself to, well, I guess make its final stand on us. Because we've actually done so little to actually try and survive. Now we'll pay the price for it. It's not gonna go supernova, but we'll burn to death before everything else happens. Now, listen, Jeff, I know you're gonna probably be listening to this as well, but yeah, it doesn't matter what you have, what kind of chakra system you have. Magnetic, solar, radiation, it doesn't matter. The sun will put it out and wipe us all out. There is a lot to Solaris than you think. Much more to Solaris. I say it's doomsday, whatever. Bring it on. I freaking welcome it. I don't care anymore. I'm gone as far as I'm concerned. I'm off this world. This is not my home anymore. What we do as far as Valkyrie goes to actually reverse or get rid of any chaos that may exist in the multiverse. I can't help this planet. I can only hope that when I actually do leave, I can come back and try to fix what happened. Not by time travel or anything like that, because I know that's not going to work. I've only been able to contact myself, my past self. Even then, it's just not enough. I'm too worn out, I'm too forward about things at times, and then there's other people that just don't want to be part of it. Want to be part of what has happened. Stupid new Roman Empire is just going to end up destroying itself again. That's where it's going. You have New Roman Empire versus this other oligarchy and other freaking control-based governments. It's just not going to work. The more you try to employ control, the less and less you're going to have. Best of luck to you all.